I'm Danika Brysha.
And I'm Bill Haley.
And we have been on the Primemester Protocol working with Dr. Cleopatra and her team at the Fertility Pregnancy Institute for, we started it probably 4 or 5 months ago, and we actually started the protocol about 2 to 3 months ago. And so far, it has had a really powerful impact on our lives.
Huge.
As we sort of navigate the path to making our super baby.
Right?
Yes.
Agreed.
So we came into the program we haven't tried to conceive yet. For us, it was really about learning the science of passing down the best possible of our DNA, or how it expresses itself, to our children and to our grandchildren. And it's just, ever since I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Cleopatra and learn about what she does and all the science, it fascinated me. So
you never really think about the effects that you can pass on to your children.
And I think a lot of people also think about pregnancy and when you're actually pregnant, once you get pregnant, but they never think about how everything leading up to, and especially in those 4 months leading up to conception, that is the quality of the materials that are being passed along. So it's really fascinating. But we've had a beautiful experience, and what I really like is I feel that it's not just an investment in this season of life with fertility and pregnancy, but it's an investment in obviously the health and longevity of ourselves as well as our children.
Right.
I mean, every time that I invest money in this education or in some of the things that are part of the protocol, I think to myself, this is nothing compared to what the money it saves us down the road in dealing with every possible thing that could come up.
Extreme return on investment.
That's how
Absolutely.
we feel. Yes. So I know Billy wanted to share a little bit about his story and his experience, so he will do that now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's been a wonderful experience on so many levels. Yes, the nutritional part. I've felt so even-keeled emotionally, just across the board, and able to handle my internal emotions a lot better. Being in recovery, you're not sure how you're going to handle just life in general, and especially like bringing a child in this world. But what I loved about working with Dr. Cleopatra, is that it wasn't just about the nutrition. Like we speak about myself, topics, how I'm feeling, stuff about being parents, what it looks like, your fears, and such a massive part of how I emotionally get myself ready for this moment. And it's nice to have someone so versed in this world that can just bring these topics up, and you talk them through, and you realize things aren't as scary as they appear to be. And then there's tools and steps to help learn and guide you guys, and I love that so much. The ability to connect with me and her on a very personal level and meet us where we're at, and then help us grow from there has been a game changer, literally, on top of everything else. So.
And your therapist, I thought that was really interesting. She noticed in you that. I think that's interesting to say.
Yeah. No, so my therapist definitely noticed there has been a change in my outlook, not just on life but myself. It's such a positive maturation, if you will, in a lot of areas that came from this, and it's helped me evolve in so many different ways, and the importance of what I not only pass on to my children, but what I do for myself.
We are really looking and just fascinated by the science of how much power we have over what we can transform and impact when it comes to what we pass down to our children. And Dr. C always says that the greatest act of kindness and love that we can do for this world and for our children and for our grandchildren, and this work very much impacts multiple generations. So we found it to just be fascinating and so powerful. For me, I've been in the wellness space for a long time. So I changed my diet probably 6 years ago, and that transformed my life, and it made me realize how powerful small changes in lifestyle habits could be for the big picture. And coming and finding the Primemester Protocol 5 years later, it was easy for me to go into it and say, well, I know about toxic products, and I know about supplements, and I know about food, and it is just so much more than that. It is so much more than that. It is social, it is biological, it is psychological, it's holistic, as Billy touched on it, and we really love that. And I mean, some of the things that we've learned in the protocol that have really been fascinating to me were the connection between oral health and fertility. So flossing, dental, like all we've created habits that we did not have around dental hygiene before. Just not knowing just what to eat. Obviously that's a part of the program, but how to eat these things that actually impact when to drink water, and how these different, obviously a lot of different supplements and digestion and the multiple brains has been really, really fascinating. How to have sex to get pregnant. Well, not get pregnant. We're not trying to get pregnant yet, but how to have sex and the female orgasm. I mean, it's so fascinating.
I knew about that, by the way.
Oh, you did? Yeah. You're pretty good at it.
Just kidding.
And then collecting my body's data. Like I've used apps to track my period for a long time.
That's been really cool to watch you do that.
It has been so fascinating to use the tools that Dr. Cleopatra, that the protocol has provided us, and actually be so in sync with my body. Like the apps were just sort of projections based on averages, and this is like the data of my body. So that's been fascinating to learn about. A lot of stuff around like beliefs that I had, like blind fertility syndrome and things around fertility in general. And it's really helped me to come back to my body and make my body home and treat my body in ways that I haven't before. So I think that there's definitely an underlying conversation around self-love as part of the protocol, but just the actual act of doing things has really helped me as well. So it helped me to look at stress. I own 3 businesses. I'm an overachiever, and to really pay attention. Like pleasure has been something I wanted to move towards anyway, and reducing stress. And this just gave me a lot of different scientific information to remind me that this is really important. Play is important. Pleasure is important. I mean,
balance,
all of it.
Really balance across the board.
Absolutely.
Because I also learned that you can pass trauma down to your children epigenetically. So the real focus on how you deal with that and move that through life. It's been unbelievably eye-opening.
Yeah, it's been incredible. So, from everything like knowing which labs to get done, of course supplements, and it was beyond, I was so not informed on supplements. I thought I was. How you move your body, like visualization, deep scrubs. There is so much to this protocol. It is, and one thing I love about it too is that I feel spread so thin as it is. To watch this, there is zero fluff. It is like information. It is details. I love to have to-dos. Like I love action steps. There are so many action steps that you can incorporate. And what's really cool is every time that I do these things, yes, we're doing it for fertility and that, but our longevity is being impacted. Billy said to me the other day, he's like, can we do this forever? And we plan to.
No, I did. And I think I have never felt so connected and present with myself. And regardless of what's happening in life, the fear of being a father, the fear of money, or anything that we're going through, I've been so even-keeled and able to handle my emotions. I feel like internally, the homeostasis level is just right on par. Everything is at a calm, cool, collected level, regardless of what outside stimulus happens. And I have not felt that way in my entire sobriety, to the degree that's happening now. And it's been such a game changer, especially moving forward for a long, healthy life with a bunch of kids, probably, hopefully.
And a lot of people wonder, I know the women typically take the brunt of doing this kind of work, but it's really powerful to learn about how much impact it is for the male partner
50-50
to contribute, and how it actually is a combination of each of us individually, but also how we come to how we are together, like our genes work together. So it's so fascinating, and it's just been incredible. I can't believe we're only 2 months in. I feel like a new person. I can't wait to come back on this video, maybe in a few months when we're pregnant, and then maybe, in a year and a half when we've got a yummy little baby here. But it's just been really powerful. And regardless of what happens, I know that fertility and pregnancy is a journey that you cannot necessarily predict. We feel so grateful, we feel so held, we feel so supported, and we just want to say a huge thank you to Dr. Cleopatra.
I love her in more ways than I can count.
And to the team at the Fertility Pregnancy Institute, to everyone that we've had the privilege of meeting through the cohorts and the group stuff, and I just continue to learn through Primemester Club and everything. So I could not speak more highly of this program. I want everyone to access it. I want everyone to know about it. I can't stop talking about it, and we wanted to show up here to really put that on video because
it's unbelievable.
It has changed our life, and
could not agree more.
We know it could change the lives of millions, and we hope that this work continues to get out to more people because, like she says, it is a great act of service in this world.